Joint locking is a very important part of a curriculum for self-defense and for combat in general. Now, when it comes to joint locking, there's a wide variety of types. You have arm bars and ankle locks and things of that nature. And then you also have small circle jiu-jitsu and basically tuite for karate. And they all take on slightly different forms, but they all kind of look the same in the end too, especially when you see someone who's quite good at them, like Wally J. Now, when it comes to joint locking, there's some right ways to go about it and some wrong ways. And the best way to go about it is to learn how to use a touch-feel sensation for making them part of your entire curriculum for what you like to do. Now, what I don't recommend for the bulk length of your training is to do base level joint locking training. Now, when you're first learning how to do joint lock, generally speaking, it's going to look like this. You're going to be standing here, you're going to have your hands out, he'll grab or whatever, and what I practice doing is coming over, coming up, getting the release, and applying it down. That's really the whole concept. However you like to do your joint locks, that's generally how it goes. Now the problem with that is, it's not nearly live and dynamic enough, and it can actually drill in some bad habits. So one of those being, when he comes in and grabs, I have the habit of first looking and analyzing this, and then focusing my entire body on it. In the meantime, he's probably punching me in the face over here, headbutting me, kneeing me in the groin. All these things are probably happening. So what I want to get is a sense of touch-feel for joint locking. And that means whenever Tony engages me, I want to have a natural reactive defense so that way I can move, create a distraction. Some distractions can be hits, some distractions don't have to be hits. And I want to engage him in such a way that I'm touching him. Some people call it proprioception. I'm touching him so I know where his body is, and then I can react and create a joint lock after I do the distraction. So for example, if he comes in with that same joint lock, let's say I'm in a situation where I'm allowed to do light contact. So it's more of a street type of situation rather than a school type of situation. So what I'm going to do is, instead of watch it and focus on it, instead I'm going to move up and defend myself here against this arm and strike to the head here this way, bang, and then without needing to look at it, because I know right where it is, I can see what's happening here, and then I can create the joint lock down here this way. And that's the same if I don't let him get a grab on me. If he comes in with some sort of hand technique, I'm moving, creating a touch, okay? And then I'm going to strike first, bang, and then I'm going to put on the joint lock just by feeling where I'm at, here this way, and then moving around here this way. Okay? So while you're learning your basics of joint locking, it's okay to get into those set environments where, okay, this guy's here, so I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And in doing so, you can learn basically how the body works. But the problem with that is you have to take it to the next level at some point. So just another example, let's say Tony comes in and grabs again. Now, I'm just going to move and cover. Now, wherever my hand ends up, I'm going to use my experience with those base level techniques to continue to move. So this time I'm just going to kind of move around here, this way, and wherever my hand happens to end up. So I'm using a very reliable defense to prevent him from locking that on in the first place. And then I'm using my touch reception to move into the joint lock. So try that out in your dojo. Let's take away from just that base level and try to move naturally and then move into your joint lock.